Tank Talk is officially on Team Redcon 1. Stay at your high state of readiness with the fastest growing supplement company in the United States of America, Redcon 1. Redcon offers a multitude of products to make sure you're energized and feel at your best with their Total War pre-workout, Redcon 1 energy drinks, protein, and more. And as a bonus to feeling energized and at your best, use our promo code TANKTALK at checkout to receive 20% off your next order. Hey yo, are you sick and tired of sitting around on the couch or the bar stool and missing out on the live action? Well, look no further. We got you covered with the help of the official ticketing partner of the Tank Talk podcast, SeatGeek. SeatGeek lets you know what seats are absolute crop and what seats are the best in the house with their unique deal score feature, as well as offering the best ticketing prices in the market. Use promo code TANKTALKPOD, all caps, no spaces, at checkout and get $20 off your first purchase. Download SeatGeek on any iOS or Android devices and go out there and experience the live action of any big game today.
Go Raptors! Yeah!
The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
What's up, dude, and welcome back to the Tank Talk podcast. This is Tank Interior speaking to a microphone here out of Emerge Media Creators Co-op, and we are now 45 days away from NFL football when the Baltimore Ravens head into Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. And boy, oh boy, we have a very special guest today. But before we get into that, to my left, I'm joined by the one and only Brother Bren. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? I ended up buying NCAA.
Okay.
I flipped around teams, see what dynasty I wanted to build.
UB.
I had to go with UB.
All right.
I don't know why. It just feels right.
Also, we'll get into that later on. And on the ones and twos, we got the one and only Moranto. What's up, man? Filling in for Anthony.
I'm here.
All right. You know who else is here? We don't want to keep this guy waiting too long. Our very special guest of the day.
Very special.
A Buffalo legend, if you will. Right ahead of Bills training camp. Couldn't have been more perfect timing. It's been months in the making, and ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it happen. With that being said, we got Buffalo Bills beat and sideline reporter and of WGR 550, the one and only Sal Capaccio. What's going on, Sal? How's everything going?
I'm great. That's a great introduction. Legend is way too kind and too much, but usually when you're a legend, you're either dead or really old. So I'm probably just, I'm only on the second part of that, and I got a long way to go.
You got a long way to go, and hopefully, hey, you can still be a young legend. That's okay. Hey, still thriving out there, Sal. I appreciate you coming on. We finally made time to make this happen. I know we've been working our way the past couple months. Yeah. With that being said, how was the Suns baseball team? How was the league? And how's the golf game going, man? I see you on the greens out there.
Yeah, actually, I would say early in the summer, I go to Florida a little bit. I play some golf, and then I try to get out and play some tournaments. I do a lot for some of the organizations like Eric Wood's charity. I play in his event. I MC for that. Played in a tournament in Lockport for some substance abuse stuff to raise awareness. I'll be playing in Jim Kelly's. So I used to cover Jim Kelly's Celebrity Golf Classic. Now I play in Jim Kelly's Celebrity Golf Classic. So that's great.
I finally made it, man. Let's go.
Yeah, there we go. Right. I know. Thanks. Shout out. Anyway, it's great. And then I get to Rochester. That's when I really try to get on some courses out there. They're so beautiful. Otherwise, yeah, a lot of baseball. I am my son's house baseball coach and travel baseball coach. So it's always baseball going on. And, it doesn't matter as long as they have fun, I guess. We win a lot more on one team. We lose a lot more on the other team, but it's all good.
Hey, that's all that matters. As long as you have a good time, that's all that matters, really. I definitely see where you come from because, like we were talking before we came on, our brother plays a lot of baseball. It's every weekend. Just brought home another championship trophy. I was gonna have him come in and show you off the little the medal he won, but it is what it is, man. But nonetheless, we don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you got to take off for training camp here shortly. But hey, with that being said, real quick though, I want to give the Billsaholic a shout out because without them, we probably wouldn't be able to make this happen. So shout out to Billsaholic Pod You were just on there a couple months ago. I was producing their show, so shout out those guys. But let's get into the Buffalo Bills, shall we? Training camp is here. Football is officially back, right around the corner, man. Buffalo Bills had themselves quite it wasn't a quiet offseason, to say the least. Losing pretty big pillars of their team, everything going on, readjustments of the coaching staff and what have you. With that being said, what is your, I guess, long story short, expectations for this team after massive changes to their roster going into this year?
Well, look, I mean, I get asked all the time if there's a reset year or a rebuild year, and my answer is always the same. As long as you have Josh Allen, you're going to be fine. And the Bills still have Josh Allen, so they'll be fine. Now, what does fine look like? I mean, there's a reason why they're still the favorites to win the AFC East, and we're talking, Vegas betting odds here. And Vegas, they can be wrong, but they don't build those casinos because they're generally losing money, right? They know what's up, but they're the favorites to win the AFC East for a reason. They have a really good roster and arguably still the best roster in the division. That could be debated. They certainly have the best quarterback. We don't know about Aaron Rodgers, the question mark there. And obviously the changes that happen on defense for Miami. And the Bills have been the 4-time reigning AFC East division champions. They're also still, I think, 5th or 6th in the odds to win the Super Bowl. I think 3rd in the AFC, maybe 4th. It's, Kansas City, Baltimore, Cincy, and Buffalo right there. So I always say, as long as you have Josh Allen, you're going to be in that mix. So that's the case. Now, they do have a tougher schedule. They have had some roster turnover. I think the questions are, what that looks like as far as a leadership standpoint. Do they have enough at the wide receiver position? No doubt about that. And it's a challenging schedule, and they're going to have to kind of navigate their way through it. But my expectation is for them to be in the mix for the AFC East at the end of the season. And, as they roll into to December and taking a look and saying, okay, what do they have to do to position themselves to, win their 5th straight?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, when you have a top 3 quarterback, you could even say top 2, and a first place winning team every single year. I mean, the schedule's not ever going to get easier. You know what I mean? You're always going to have that window just as long as Josh Allen is there, just like you said. So with that being said, I feel like they had one of the better drafts in the league for sure. I mean, a lot of people were questioning the trade back with the Chiefs, but business is business. You got to do what you got to do. Their guy wasn't Xavier Worthy at the end of the day. It was Keon Coleman. So with that being said, like, what are some main things you're looking for going to this year's training camp?
Well, I think number one is the wide receiver position, of course, right? I mean, we don't know how good Keon Coleman's going to do. We don't know if they made a good call. I agree. Business is business. I didn't agree with anybody who said that they shouldn't trade with the Kansas City Chiefs because of where they are and the Mahomes and trade and all that. That shouldn't matter. They had a chance to draft Xavier Worthy. They didn't like him, obviously. They could have done it. Their guy was Keon Coleman at the end of the day. We'll see if that works out. There's no guarantee it's going to. But that being said, now at wide receiver, look, they have one player, Khalil Shakir, who caught a pass from Josh Allen so far in a regular season game. The rest are all new guys. I really like Curtis Samuel a lot. I think he's a guy that can really thrive under Joe Brady like he did in 2020, but he's not a guy necessarily. Nobody on this team is going to be eating up 160-something targets like Stephon Diggs had. They have 260 targets, I think, that, come from both, Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs being gone. And I think the question is where that comes from. So certainly I think that's an area that you look at to see, what they're going to be like at wide receiver. But you factor in Dalton Kincaid and what he can do. And I think that he might be, at the end of the day, I think Dalton Kincaid's probably the guy that leads this team in targets and receptions, and he comes from the tight end position. But it's going to be a really interesting transition to see what they have at that position for sure.
For sure. I 100% agree with you. Even just like, not even just the wide receiver, you could even argue you got to keep an eye out in the secondary with the safeties. I mean, especially with Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. I mean, Micah Hyde's future is in question. He did at his charity softball game mention that it's either he's coming back with the Bills or he's hanging it up. And now Jordan Poyer is in Miami, seeing the Bills twice a year. What do you think about that safety room? Who do you think is going to step up to the plate in that room?
Well, look, I mean, I think the team has penciled in Taylor Rapp and Mike Edwards to start. You're talking about Taylor Rapp, who has been in the organization for 2 years. He's a 5-year veteran, so he understands the system. Mike Edwards is a guy that's been a baller in this league. He's won 2 Super Bowls, and he's played in 2 very similar systems. He played in Tampa under Todd Bowles, and he played in Kansas City under Steve Spagnuolo, and they run very similar systems to Sean McDermott. So to me, that's an easy transition for him. A lot of people love Cole Bishop. I love Cole Bishop. I just think it's a lot to ask for Cole Bishop to step right into a starting role as a rookie on a ready-made defense. I mean, that's not an easy task. Maybe Cole Bishop winds up starting sometime in his first year. Maybe it's not until year 2. I just think it's tough to anticipate and expect him to start, right away. And if you do, I think that's unfair to Cole Bishop and unfair to Brandon Beane, the organization, for the draft pick. There's a guy that will have a role, no doubt. Will that role be as a nickel safety? Will it be as a box safety in special situations? Maybe he does wind up winning a job right away. But if he does, is that more of an indictment on either Taylor Rapp or Mike Edwards? So, and then you have Cam Lewis, who's still around, and I think a really, really strong guy to have as a backup to these guys. Cam Lewis is your backup nickel. He's your backup safety. He knows the system. He's been in the league now 6 years, which is pretty incredible to think about, coming from the University of Buffalo as an undrafted free agent. And actually, I'll be honest with you. Damar Hamlin had a really nice spring. He had some opportunity. He was around the ball. I know that a lot of people wonder why Damar Hamlin's still on the team and think a lot has to do with what happened a couple of years ago. But look, he's still in a rookie contract. He's not costing you a lot of money. He knows the system. He can play special teams. Why wouldn't you want him on your team? I think, he's a guy that can come in and plug and play if something happens to somebody in front of you. But I will tell you, he had a really nice spring. So we'll see. I think there's going to be some battles in the back end there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be fun to watch, seeing like we were just talking about the safety room and how Damar Hamlin's going to step up from coming off of that impressive spring, and if that could transition into training camp and into the season here. So going into training camp, and obviously, like I mentioned, I think the Bills had one of the better drafts out of the 32 teams in the league. There's obviously Keon Coleman, Cole Bishop, like you mentioned. I think an under the radar draft pick was Ray Davis. I think he can make an impact in that running back room, complementing James Cook and some of the other guys they drafted. Out of those rookies, who do you think could, step up to the plate and make the most impact, like an immediate impact for this Buffalo Bills squad this season?
Look, I wonder what Ray Davis's role is. I was not a big fan of the Ray Davis pick, not because I don't like Ray Davis. I think he could be good. Ray Davis could be good. There's no doubt. I just don't like taking running backs in the middle rounds. I think you can find running backs later in the draft. I think you can find running backs in undrafted free agency. I mean, heck, they went out and signed Frank Gore Jr. I mean, you can find guys. They brought back Ty Johnson. I just don't know what Ray Davis's role is going to be. James Cook was in the top 6 in the NFL last year. He's 4th and 6th in rushing yards and yards from scrimmage, one or the other that way. But he's a really good player. Question for me is Ray Davis a true number 2 running back that he can play 3 downs if something happens, or is he going to be your short yardage back? He'll have a role, no doubt. But I didn't love taking a running back in the middle round pick. But we'll see obviously they have plans for him. And I like Ty Johnson. I think Ty Johnson did a good job. So I think they have a solid running back room, especially I think to me, James Cook was a more underrated player at the end of last year throughout the entire NFL. A guy that I think can make, but that I like though is Javon Solomon, their defensive end. They took out of Troy in the 5th round. Look, this team has they have guys at defensive end. They don't have true pass rushers other than maybe Von Miller. If he can, that's a huge X factor. And we know Greg Rousseau. We know Greg Rousseau has put up some numbers here, and AJ Epinesa. They can play. There's no doubt. But to me, Javon Solomon, he went to Troy. He led the FBS in sacks last year. He's the all-time sack leader at that school for a season. This is a school that produced Osi Umenyiora and DeMarcus Ware. So it might be a little bit of time. He's an undersized pass rusher, but I think that maybe there's a role. Usually if you can get to the passer at the college level in today's game, you can get the passer at the NFL level. You ask me who can make an immediate impact. That's a tough one. It probably would have to be a guy like Ray Davis because he's going to see a role. He's going to see time on the field. We know that in some capacity. I'm not really sure about the rest of the guys, but I think Javon Solomon has a chance to be in this league and do something over the next few years.
Javon Solomon. Great, have to keep an eye out on him, Brother Bren. That's a good name. That's a good poll. That's a good poll right there.
Yeah.
And maybe somewhere you could fit Ray Davis in between, and maybe some of these other draft picks too. I want to ask you your thoughts on this new kickoff rule, and who's going to be out there for the Bills. I know we're not really going to find out until they get on the field during training camp here and just see, just try some different guys out in different formations and everything. But overall, what's your thoughts on this new kickoff rule, and how do you think the Bills will attack that?
And by the way, I should have mentioned Dwayne Carter will have an impact right away.
Yes.
Because they rotate their D-line, he's going to be on the field, right? I mean, that we know that because that's a position that they're going to use everybody that's on the team, and Dwayne Carter's going to make it. And he's played a lot of football at Duke, and he's got those leadership qualities. They like Dwayne Carter a lot. So to answer your question, who might make the most immediate impact, it might be Dwayne Carter.
Great guy too, great guy.
Yeah, for sure. The kickoff rule is fascinating to me. I had a very lengthy talk with Bill's special teams coach Matthew Smiley and his assistant Cody Harkey, and we talked a lot about like what it's going to look like, and even they're saying like nobody really knows. They're still trying to formulate plans and looking around the league what everybody's going to do. You have to have a plan though. Now, it's not as important to me who's returning the kickoffs. That's going to be interesting, of course, but it's more of the strategy of the kickoff that's really important to me, because of all these different changes. People are going to watch the NFL in the preseason and literally think they're like watching a different sport because it looks so different. If you don't know about the kickoff rule and you're just kind of a casual observer and you turn on an NFL game, you're going to wonder what the hell happened because
what's going on here?
It's going to be a drastic change. I'm even maybe more interested in the return aspect than the actual kickoff. You have the kickoff and you have the return. But as far as who might return, I think you might see more players like Ty Johnsons and Ray Davises and the stout running backs, the guys who can kind of get some short yardage right away. This is not going to be a play anymore where you're getting a full head of steam and running really fast for 15 yards before somebody touches you. Guys are going to be on you right away. You're going to have to operate in short areas. That's going to be interesting. I'm interested in the makeup of the rest of the special teams. Like, I don't think you're going to see as many, tall, lanky wide receivers running down 40 yards trying to tackle people on special teams like we've seen, because now you're literally 5 yards away from the guy you're blocking. You're going to probably have guys who teams want it, like linebacker types and tight end types more, who just have to get on guys quick and get off them to shed the block and then go make a tackle. So I think what you're saying, I wonder if that's why the Bills went out and got bigger wide receivers, like a Chase Claypool, right? Like I know MVS, he's a little taller, maybe not him, but Tyrell Shavers is on the team, right? Guys like this that might be able to help in that special teams area, not because they're going to be running straight down the field and trying to make tackles, but because they have to operate in short spaces with other people on them.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely see where you're coming from there. I never even thought of the idea of putting Chase Claypool on that special teams kickoff. That could be something right there. Because I was going to ask you, sort of like, just go back to the wide receiver room. How does Chase Claypool sort of fit into this equation here? Because I've heard he had an impressive spring as well.
He did. I really liked him. I think that if I did a projected 53-man roster today, which I haven't done, but if I did that, I think would have Claypool on. I'd have Samuel, Coleman, Shakir, and Hollins. I think they are set. Mac Hollins, by the way, another big guy who's going to help on special teams. Samuel, Coleman, Shakir, and Hollins. And then I think Marquez Valdez-Scantling probably makes this team because of his experience winning championships. He knows how to do that. He's a deep threat. He can do that. That last spot is going to come down to Chase Claypool, Justin Shorter, Tyrell Shavers, Andy Isabella. If it's a last spot, maybe they keep two. But to me, from what I saw in the spring, I think Chase Claypool, if you're going to go with a guy and he's going to be a guy that you're just kind of putting on the back end, you might as well go with the highest upside. And to me, that's a guy that has already put in some pretty good work in this league as a young guy who's still young. And that would mean Chase Claypool would have an opportunity here to make this squad. So I think he has a really legitimate shot here.
Okay, I'm intrigued to see how this thing plays out with Chase Claypool. And then one final question about the going into training camp here. You reported, I believe it was during one of the either the mandatory minicamp or the voluntary minicamp. Tyler Bass had missed a couple field goals, and obviously the way the Chiefs playoff game ended didn't go so well for him. Even the punting aspect, like Sam Martin had that injury, I believe, and sort of shanked the punt there at the end of the game. Should Bills fans sort of be concerned about some of these special team positions, or how should we get our minds right going into training camp in the season in terms of the kicker and punter?
Yeah, I think you should be concerned about Tyler Bass, but also have some confidence that he can bounce back because you've seen him do it before, right?
Right.
I think this is a big year for Tyler Bass. I don't think there's any way that Tyler Bass isn't the kicker for the Buffalo Bills heading into 2024. I think it would really take him falling apart early in the season for them to do anything other than having him. We've seen him make big kicks. We've seen his leg. We know Tyler Bass can do that. He didn't have a great year last year. It's less than 83% in his field goals after an 87% year the year before, where he also had some inconsistencies in the playoffs the year before. So I have confidence that Tyler Bass can rebound, but until we see it, and then we wonder, does the holder matter, right? I mean, they brought Matt Hawk in for a hot minute here in offseason because he's a good holder. He's no longer on the team. Sam Martin, though, I think that's a job that's very much up in the air. In fact, I'll tell you right now, I think Jack Browning, the undrafted free agent punter, has a legitimate shot to beat out Sam Martin during training camp. So I think there's going to be a punting battle going on. And if Jack Browning can prove that he can hold okay, because that matters for Tyler Bass and him, the way they want to have the operation, I think Jack Browning has a chance to beat out Sam Martin this year.
Interesting. Something to keep note on. And I agree with you on Tyler Bass too. I think, he's especially the way the season ended. He's got to find a way to get his confidence back, and training camp is the perfect time to do it. So I definitely agree with you there. He's definitely going to be on the team when it's all said and done when the season starts. But that's pretty much all I got for you here for training camp, Sal. Listen, I'm going to be there next Sunday. Right on the track.
28th. That's the 28th.
28th, yes, sir. So
All right.
I'm hoping I can see you there. If I see you, I'll give you a shout. And
well, I think that's the one day my wife and son are coming, so I'll be there too.
Okay, beautiful. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go.
And my son Max, he's a card collector, so that's something that you're interested in. So there you go.
Yeah.
Right, very cool.
Yeah, next time you ever come to,
I have a question for you, and I'm sitting here, I'm listening, and I know you're local, but you have an accent. What's the accent all about?
Dude, I don't know, because like you can hear my brother Bren talking. We definitely have like a similar pitch, but I'm literally the only one in my family that sounds like this. It's unbelievable.
Brett, I know you don't have an accent.
No, I don't think so. At least.
Wow.
Does it sound different?
I haven't heard you talk enough, but we're straight away now.
Yeah,
You just kind of sat there the whole thing. You were like the sidekick, like Ed McMahon, with Johnny Carson.
I take information.
Chime in once in a while. There you go. I love it.
Each one of us we have our own role on the show. Normally it's the three of us here. So we have Brother Bren on that side. He's normally like the hype man. He'll throw a little something, a little spice on there every now and then. And then we got hating ass Donnie that sits next to him. Unfortunately, he's playing softball every Monday. Literally, the only show that we go live, or the only day we go live, is the nights he plays softball. So he can't make it. So if you come back during the season, we'd love to have you back. And you'd be able to meet hating ass Donnie. Maybe you can hear more from Brother Bren as well.
Definitely. No doubt, guys. Listen, enjoy training camp. If I see you there, hopefully on Sunday, make sure you say hi. And yeah, we'll do this again sometime down the road.
Awesome. Oh, actually, you'll meet hating ass Donnie. He's going to be going with me, so you'll be.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Well, hopefully,
anytime you go to David Adams, give me a text, give me an email, do what you got to do. It's always a pleasure seeing you here, following you on Twitter and everything with the Bills information. And I'm a frequent watcher of the Pat McAfee show. He's the reason why we started this show. I absolutely love seeing you on. I hope you know you are literally the representation of Buffalo and Bills Mafia on this show.
I have fun on that show. They've treated me well. So I'm glad to say that. And, and people, it's funny now. I go to other cities and I'm, part of the radio crew and I'm on the sidelines and random people will come up to me and say, "Oh my God, I watch you on the Pat McAfee show." So it's pretty crazy. So I owe a lot to Pat and his crew for putting me on there. So thank you.
100%. Yeah, he definitely. So I just give you a quick little background. So I won one of his giveaways on Twitter.
Okay.
$500 or whatever. I took that, got the LLC to get this whole thing started, and gave it a real push. So if it wasn't for him, not only was he a big influence for me, he's essentially why this thing is rock and rolling. So big shout out to him. Big shout out for you to stopping by here. I'm glad we finally made it happen, and I'm looking forward to the next time, my friend.
You guys got it. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care, Sal.
All right, see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shaq Capaccio. All righty. That was awesome, dude. I'm glad we finally made that happen. It was months in the making. I know that baseball schedule could get tough, as we know.
Oh, yeah. It was like every day. Hey, he's got a game today. Hey, he's got a game today. I'm like, holy shit. When does it end?
It never ends. But, all right, let's keep this ball rolling here. So we got a lot to get into. Just want to make a quick announcement, though. A sad announcement. Because we've been absolute fucking shit with our spread the bread picks. So with that being said, nope, Marantha, don't even scroll to it because I'm making this announcement now. T's and P's to the offseason spread the bread. I'm pulling the plug. We're done. We're done in so football.
Somebody had to do it.
Oh wait, no. Why are we clapping? This is sad. This is
no. Hey, that was a good run.
I can't bet baseball anymore. I can't fucking do it.
Can't.
And the WNBA isn't coming back till August 16th. I can't do it for another month, brother, but I can't do it.
I was sitting there staring. I'm like, more baseball. I don't even know what to pick right now.
Terrible.
Couldn't do it.
Even though I'm starting to follow baseball a little more with the David Adams job and everything, but I'm still fucking losing. Doesn't matter. What I did the other day, I actually made like a 50-cent parlay on literally all the players that I've learned from sorting through cards at David Adams.
Okay. Still lost.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
Baseball stinks.
Yeah, literally, and even WNBA, the day they go back is when I'm actually going there.
Oh, of course. So you can't bet while you're there.
Oh, no, I can.
Oh, you can? Then do it.
Indiana, baby. Indianapolis.
They got that?
Shout out.
In the bag?
They had it before us.
Damn.
Indiana's ahead of the curve, brother.
That must be.
But yeah, with that being said, T's and P's to spread the bread until NFL football, dude.
We need it.
2 weeks away from Hall of Fame game, Chicago Bears and Houston Texans.
That's insane.
We finally made it, dog. I'm so Sal Capaccio, having Sal on the show got me hyped for football, dude.
Hey, we're back.
Bills ain't even my number one team, and I'm hyped.
I wish you would have said go Bills too. Just once.
You should have. You're the fan, bro.
Ah.
You didn't have nothing for Sal?
Nah, I couldn't think of nothing.
What a fucking fan this guy is.
Listen, I saw your list and I'm like, damn, man, I don't know what else I got.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of tough because I didn't want to take you. You heard him when he called in. He was shot. My man needs to go. He needs to go sleepy. Before
a little coffee, a little sleep.
Listen, that road trip to Rochester, I know it's not that far, but it ain't easy.
No, it ain't.
And then you got to be at camp all day. Oh my God,
in the sun,
it's tough. Yo, listen, barely any shade out there at St. John Fisher.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Unless, like, shout out Nadia because last year when me and Marty went, it was my first time there.
Yeah.
Thank God we had tent access because it absolutely fucking poured on us.
Really?
Yeah. Like, if it wasn't for the tent, oh my God, I probably would have never gone again. I don't want to take that chance to get like that. It was bad. I'm surprised they were still even. It was one of their last like days on training, so it was just like,
yeah,
all right, let's just
wrap
this
shit
up and go home. But so I'm hoping next Sunday is going to clear up and we see Sal Capaccio again on the sideline.
Hey Sal,
what's up, dude?
How's the family? Oh, they're right there. What's up, guys?
I wanted to. If we had him for long, we'll have him back. I want to ask. I wanted him to tell or share the story about his microphone that he uses.
Oh no.
So have you ever seen you've seen him on the Pat McAfee show, right?
Yeah.
And even like the content he makes at home, he's got the like the old school like gray microphone, like the one that Moranto used to have at the old studio.
Yeah.
That everywhere he goes, indestructible. He said he's had it for the longest time, and on the Pat McAfee show, because they asked him about it, like, how do you have this microphone everywhere you go? Because he's been at multiple locations, like his appearances. He's like, dude, I let him tell it, but this was, I think, before the Steelers game when we had all that snow.
Mm-hmm.
So this mic's indestructible, dude. Check this out. Just puts it in the snow pile, ruffles it up. See, still works, right?
That's awesome.
So yeah, next time he comes down, we'll have to have him share a story about the microphone. And yeah, I was at literally my first week at David Adams, just seeing it on TV. I'm like, oh damn, I just missed him.
Just life be lifing, man.
It'd be like that sometimes. But nonetheless, though, since we're not doing any spread the bread picks, let's get into the moment. This is a big day. Not only did we have the biggest guest in this show's history,
what?
The time has come. Ladies and gentlemen, we are dropping our NFL quarterback tier list.
Hell yeah.
This is the time of the year where everyone's making different lists. Top 10, different tier lists. What? Who's the best? Who's the worst? Yada, yada, yada. Well, guess what? We got no limits to this quarterback tier list.
None.
Listen, originally we were going to do the top 10. But I'm not going to lie to you. When I got to 9, I'm like, I don't know who I had like 6 different options.
I had to watch film. I'm not going to lie to you.
And I only had 2 spots left.
A lot of film was watched.
So I'm like, and also it's not fair to be making like a top 10 list strictly for the fact that you're going to leave a top 10, potentially top 5 player out of this list. That's how good the quarterback talent, like that, we're living in the golden age of quarterbacks right now.
It's glorious.
So with that being said, like, you know what, fellas? Let's switch gears. Let's make a quarterback tier list. I feel like that's the best way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, Brother Bren, kick this thing off, man. What's your NFL quarterback tier list looking like?
Am I just doing top 10? Or am I doing
your tier list? Your whole tier list. What are we doing? What did I just say?
Because I did all potential starting quarterbacks.
Listen, I left it up. This is your tier list. Do what you got to do.
And I sent it to you, so it's in order.
Yeah.
In the tiers. So
start from the bottom.
From the bottom?
Yeah.
Got you.
No, I'm sorry. Start from the top down. That's probably the best way.
That's what I was gonna do. And then
that's on me. Bad hosting.
Jeez. Anyways, top to bottom. What you're saying? Cream of the crop. Start from the top.
Cream of the crop when you rise to the top, brother. Oh, yeah.
You said it for the pundit playbook. Anyways, 1 of 1, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Easy, right? We all say he's number 1. Number 2.
Unless Donnie's here. But...
Oh, this is all tier 1, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have a special.
Yeah, I got tiers. Tier 1,
no shit.
1 of 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Josh Allen. I think, arguably, he's top 2. Easily. Number 3. This might shock you a little bit. Joe Burrow. The way he slings the ball. Solid. True field general.
Okay.
Number 4. Lamar Jackson. Let me ask you something. What can't he do?
Well, I literally last playoffs I seen him throw the ball to himself, so I got nothing.
Exactly.
I got nothing.
Run, throw, pass. Whatever you need him to do, he'll go do it. And number 5, the last one in this tier. Sam Bradford. Matthew Stafford.
TBT, baby. Sam
Matthew
Bradford.
Stafford.
Like, wow, Sam Bradford made the first
Back
two.
from the
He hasn't
dead.
played in years.
Matthew Stafford. Just the
Okay.
way he throws the ball. Anywhere, on time, accurate.
Wow. Matt Stafford in the first tier.
Yeah.
What are you calling this tier? The Kings?
Lord and Savior.
Okay. Lord and Savior tier.
Please save this team. Lead us to the promised land.
And all these guys could do it.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Second tier. Franchise guys.
I like the way you said that.
Very good. Lead us. And maybe you could get up there. Maybe. Just maybe. But you're not there yet.
Okay, I respect it.
LA Charger. Justin Herbert. Big son bitch that can sling the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. He needs a little more help though. Jim? Just a little bit. Donnie's not here for this, but Brock Purdy. Fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've been watching highlights. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
No denying, bro.
None at all.
I don't care what he say. Fuck him.
I know I was hating on him a little bit. Slowly started becoming a fan. Jordan Love. Hate it or love it. That guy can sling the ball. Really reminds me of Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
Just the way he throws the ball.
It's just the Packers or the way he does that?
Just the way he throws the ball. Not even that back foot. Oh, yeah, that too. Just the way he throws the ball is just like it just reminds me of him.
I like it.
Especially in a Packers uniform. That's not the reason, like I said, but how about them Cowboys? Dak Prescott.
Yeah, here we go.
In the bucket. He's just a little shaky at times. But regular season, he's a guy.
Okay. Maranto, am I good this close to the mic? Am I good?
Too loud.
All right, my bad. Just want to make sure.
And let's see. Yeah, number 10. Division rival. Justin Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Why am I bad with names today?
Bro, you might have to just hang it up.
I'm going to hang it up today. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Jalen. Number 1 on the field, number 1 in your hearts. He was number 2 for a while. Yeah. The only thing with him is it's just like he's not carrying the team. It's kind of a balanced little.
That's football, baby.
Balanced little. Yeah. His throws are solid. It's just a little balanced where I didn't get enough of him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Number 11.
So you're still doing like in order?
Yes.
Kind of. Okay.
Oh, yeah. All in order. Kyler Murray.
What?
Low. Yeah. No, this is perfect. Franchise guy. Sling it. He can run the ball. He's just on Arizona, man. He's just on Arizona. Great talent. His ceiling's kind of hitting it.
Hey, this is your tier list. I'm not saying nothing.
I'm just saying.
I'll keep it to myself. Go ahead.
Just saying.
Keep going, dude.
Chills every time. I was watching his highlights. Chills. Electric. I couldn't move this next guy up just because I haven't seen him. Aaron Rodgers. Achilles kind of hurt him. Next guy and the last one in this tier, CJ Stroud. I feel like a lot of people had him a little pushed up, but I feel like I need to see more out of him.
Sure.
And I know I've seen a lot, but he was scared a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's second year. We'll see.
Now this tier list, just the guy.
A Jag
Jag
tier.
You know, like they're not above average. They're not below average, but they can very high, very low.
I see it.
Starts off Kirk Cousins. Very high, very low.
Kirk go, baby.
Kirk go chains. Tua, again, carried by his receivers, but
jeez,
he can still throw the ball, okay? Sometimes a little inaccurate, but we're going to stay in Florida with the next guy. Baker Mayfield. Cooking up.
Mm-hmm.
An actual Jag.
Like that's the team he plays for.
Yes.
And he's also a Jag.
Trevor Lawrence. T-Law. Again, you see the potential, but also a load of crop.
Jeez. He's been getting paid more than
Clown Town. Just covering up really well.
Sweet throwback unis, though.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Got to make those their main.
They have to.
Just a side note.
Jared Goff. Can't go too much into it for him. Very good. Very mid.
Jeez Louise, he's still Jared Goof to you?
After
what he did?
Just a little goof.
All right.
Just a little. Not too crazy.
All right. This is your list. I will not say nothing.
Anthony Richardson. Haven't seen a lot out of him. But what I did see was very good. Yeah.
Just a guy?
Just for now. Okay,
all right.
For now.
I'll relax. This is your tier
for
list.
now. He can move up, but for now, this is how I'm ranking him.
Right,
for now.
How you got it?
Round it off, just a guy. Russell Wilson.
Here we go.
Just a guy.
Steelers Nation.
Bumped down a little bit.
Let's steal.
You know, he was in that franchise guy, and then last few seasons in the Broncos, he was I would hate for him to be my starting quarterback. But now, he's just a guy. We're doing good. And as I teased it a little bit,
I like that.
This tier, I would hate for him to be my quarterback.
Just straight to the point. Fuck this guy. Honestly.
Will Levis.
Oh, you would hate Will Levis to be a quarterback.
I wouldn't pick him.
Okay.
Very high. A little gunslinger, very low. Next guy, Derek Carr.
Fuck him.
Bad season.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Raiders, Derek Carr. Very good. Towards ACL, decline. Now, fuck him.
My God.
Next one. Let's go to Cleveland, yeah? Sean Watson. Went from franchise guy. I don't want to be on the Texans. I've done some things. Now I'm on the Browns. Boom.
What'd he do?
A lot of massages.
Okay.
Don't have to get into it.
Just check.
Surprisingly, decent tape. Sam Howell. Didn't finish the year off correctly, but I think he'll try to rejuvenate that in Seattle.
Okay.
Speaking of Seattle, Geno Smith right behind him.
Or what I like to call during the offseason recap, Geno Stone for some reason.
Geno Stone. Yeah.
Because he'd be throwing
that day for you is my day today with the name and names.
I can see that.
Yeah. Here we go. Geno Smith, you know.
Who did we have on the show today?
Sal
Sal what?
Capaccio.
Boom. The only name you need to say right around here. Shout out.
Thank you, Sal. Anyways,
Hashtag thank you, Sal.
I wish this guy was higher on my list, but he just can't. You would know, has the roller coaster last year. Gardner Minshew.
One of our better roller coasters, I will say that.
Yeah. It sucks, but that's what it is right now.
That's your boy.
It is my boy.
That's your sweet boy.
He's a sweet boy.
Yeah.
Sweet boy's going back home to the team he used to be. Jacoby Brissett. Finish off that tier. Man, I would hate for this guy to be.
Bro, what did he do to you to deserve that?
Nothing. And that's the problem. He hasn't done nothing. Sorry, Jacoby, you don't deserve it. And the last one that really matters, they just cheeks. Straight ass. Justin Fields.
Oh, this is the name of your tier.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just straight
Justin
cheeks.
Fields can't throw the ball. Has the arm talent, can't throw the ball. Hate to see it. Danny Dimes on the Giants. I don't know what you want me to say about that.
We've seen it, and we're going to see more of it tomorrow night on the Hard Knocks.
Last but not least, it's not his fault, but Bryce Young. Sorry, but he's cheeks. Had to put him in there. And then, the last tier is just all the rookies of Williams, Daniels, May, Nixon, McCarthy.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen them in the NFL yet.
There you go. Boom. Hell of a tier list.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, well done. I like it. I like the names of each one. This is why I want to do this, because it's like top 10. You run through them. It's like,
I think the best part of this was the names of the tiers.
Yeah. I know. That's exactly why. That was my thoughts going into this. It's like,
Thank
why
you.
do a top 10 list? You can't even get creative. You just slander a guy, even though, like, a lot of them deserve to be in the top 10. So it's like, why put guys down, even though we are still doing that in a way? But we're being creative doing it, dude. You know what I mean?
So you want me to name off top 10 again? Just to...
No, you're good.
I'm good.
We got your tier list, dude.
All right.
But good list. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
A lot of film.
What was the tier called with I don't want this guy to be my which one was that? That was the best one.
I would hate for this guy to be my quarterback.
I would hate for this guy to be my quarterback.
And it's the sick emoji with the thermometer.
Sick about it. All right.
Sick.
It's gonna be hard to follow yours up, but I'm gonna do my damnedest.
Do it then.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's my NFL quarterback tier list going into the 2024 season.
Here we go.
First tier. Behold, the King of Kings.
King of Kings. Here we go.
Patrick Mahomes, just alone. Just on his own tier.
By himself?
By himself, as it should be.
I don't blame you.
What's the name of that tier?
King of Kings.
Okay, I like it. I like the biblical reference.
Shout out Triple H.
My lord.
If I could play the song right now, I would. King of Kings, Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, is it because of the kingdom? I see what you did. I see.
That wasn't even done purposely, but
No, but
thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Making me look better. Thank you. Putting me over, brother. Shoot. Next tier, the second tier. Not Mahomes, but the two next best.
Yeah. All right.
Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Because obviously,
Josh and Joe.
it's in the title. They're not Patrick Mahomes, but they're the next two best quarterbacks in the league. Plain and simple.
Okay.
Obviously, Allen's got a he could almost beat the Chiefs by himself every time, but
Every time.
a lot of times the reasons why they lose have nothing to do with him, and that's just football.
I love it.
That's just Bills football. What are you going to do? And the guy that is next, probably the biggest threat to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the AFC at least, is when this guy's healthy, Joe Burrow. We've seen it happen previously.
Multiple times.
A couple times. So there you go. Not Mahomes, but the two next best. And the third tier, top three after the top three.
Okay.
So this is literally the top three after the top three, which is Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow. If we had to make a top three list, those are my top three quarterbacks. But here is the top three after the top three.
So good they could be top three, but not top three.
Not the actual top three.
Yeah. Okay.
You follow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got you.
Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy.
Oh, all right.
And if we had to make a top 10 list, yes, Brock Purdy is in it. I don't care what anyone else says. I'll pull up something for you. I had to drop this on the Fanatics Live the other day because
Had some haters on there too.
Yeah, they think likewise as Donnie. They're on the same boat as Donnie.
Damn. What did he do to them?
So Purdy last year, this is for the stats people, the analytics people.
Big number.
And even if you're watching the games, you could see that he's a fucking top 10 quarterback. I don't care. Yes, he has talent that can elevate him, but that's just football. He's doing what he should be doing. First in QBR, passer rating, and yards per attempt. Second in completion percentage. Third in passing touchdowns. Fifth in passing yards.
Jeez.
He is 24-7 as a starter with 4 playoff wins.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty good.
He's going into his 3rd season.
Damn.
I'm just going to leave you with that.
Yeah.
4th tier. Yeah, here we go. Just by himself, Dak Prescott.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here we go. Just he finds his way in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Number 4 is on tier 4. Next tier. Young with elite flashes. So these guys are still young, but they have shown that they could be elite.
I have them.
They've shown the flashes.
Yes.
Obviously, C.J. Stroud is in there.
Yes.
The Texans had the worst odds to win the Super Bowl last season. They finished 10-7, win the AFC South, who they also had the worst odds to win their division. They win that division, even though it came down to one play and they're 1 yard away from losing the division. They won it nonetheless and won a playoff game.
Thank you.
C.J. Stroud had one of the most impressive rookie quarterback seasons of all time. One of. Boom.
Boom.
Showed his elite flashes. Jordan Love. Obviously, he's in his contract negotiations right now, which we will be talking about in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But people also sort of counted the Packers out. Had themselves a playoff win and almost beat the San Francisco 49ers, who went to the Super Bowl. They had them on the ropes.
I was one of their haters, yes.
Demolished the Dallas Cowboys, who most people didn't give the Packers a shot.
No, absolutely smoked.
And that is mostly because of Jordan Love and what he could do on that field. Like you were saying earlier, a lot of flashes of the greats, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre. Somehow the Packers get lucky again and get their franchise guy, who will probably end up getting paid. That won't be a problem. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Then lastly, on this tier, none other than Anthony Richardson.
Boom.
Listen, I know he only played 5 games, but in those 5 games, he was out there fucking tearing it apart.
Only 5 games, though. That's why I couldn't put him on.
Unstoppable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Slaughtered the Texans. Absolutely slaughtered them.
Damn. Butchered
The
him?
scoreboard indicates that it was a closer game, but it wasn't even close.
Not a little bit.
First 2 drives, touchdowns
Oh, okay.
by him.
I hope we get a whole season.
Came back from a 23-0 deficit against the Rams. Lost in overtime, but they were down 23-0 at halftime. Aaron Donald was wrapped around his legs. Still threw the ball 65 yards for a touchdown to Mo Alley Cox. Mo Alley Cox!
I just need to see more.
And I'm
That's
hoping
it.
you do.
Yeah.
He's in a good spot right now. They asked him how he's going to be feeling going to training camp. He said, hey,
I got roids. I did it.
y'all going to see me sling that thing. That's
Doesn't have
all
roids.
he said. So Anthony Richardson is on there. Healthy Anthony Richardson. I say this every time. Division would have came down to the wire. Next
Never
up,
know.
future Hall of Famer, one with the plants, brother. Aaron Rodgers.
Boom.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
I know it may not be looking good right now for the Jets. Okay?
Go ahead.
4 plays in the last season. They obviously won last year's offseason Super Bowl. 4 plays in, boom, over with. At least they won the offseason Super Bowl. Shout out to the Jets for that.
What a great team.
We'll see what he does this year. Obviously, Robert Saleh throwing him under the bus
Anytime.
after a private conversation. Like, it's also funny how he showed up 100% for mini camps, both mandatory and voluntary. Or no, I'm sorry. He didn't show up for the mandatory, 100% for the voluntary, knowing that he wasn't going to be there for the mandatory. It was communicated. Jordan Love did the same thing, and no one's talking about it. Just throwing it out there.
Following in the steps.
Just throwing it out there, and no one's talking about it. So, boom, plain and simple. We'll see what they do this year. Healthy Aaron Rodgers with the New York Ifs. But nonetheless, future Hall of Famer, and he's one with the plans, brother. Next up, quarterbacks that make dudes say, hell yeah. You see these guys out there just doing their thing? Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Jared Goff.
Hell yeah.
One of the best offenses in the league last year, if not the best offense in the league last year. Got paid like a true franchise guy finally. I mean, he's got paid before, but now he's actually stepped up and earned it. Flipped the whole franchise around. Big part of it. We're talking about the Detroit fucking Lions, who have been absolute crop the past 30 years, maybe even longer. And now they're one of the top teams, and like not even NFC, not even NFC North, the whole league. Jared Goff. Hell yeah.
Goff. Hell yeah.
Matthew Stafford. Do you see him play, slinging the pill? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Probably should be hanging it up pretty soon. Some would assume.
Nah.
This dude is still out there risking his life. He got absolutely fucking killed against the Lions the last wild card.
He did his whole career. He's used to it.
It ain't nothing. So when I see Matthew Stafford out there bringing almost like a depleted Rams team, who we thought was depleted, bringing them to a wild card game and almost beat one of the best teams in the league, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Turned a receiver who we had no idea who the fuck he was. Now he's one of the best receivers in the league, Puka Nacua. Hell yeah. Shout out Matthew Stafford.
That mess.
Next up and last quarterback on this tier list, Kirk Cousins. Not even just his play, bro. You see Kirk Cousins, wearing the chains. Hell yeah. You see life for Kirk Cousins behind the scenes on a Netflix quarterback series last year. Hell yeah, dude. That's a fucking guy right there.
Hell yeah.
Do you see him? What? The most money ever made by a player in NFL history? Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
The greatest agent of all time. I don't know his name. But to get this guy who literally just tore his Achilles, $180 million. Hell yeah, dude.
Let me ask you something. His agent or Deshaun Watson's agent?
Could be the same. It's not the same guy. Mulugeta. That's Deshaun Watson's. It's up there for debate. Because guess who is a client of Mulugeta's as well?
Cool.
There's a lot of them. But speaking of contract negotiations, Jordan Love. He's going to get paid. We know
of
that.
Course. Yeah, he's going to get paid.
But when I see Kirk Cousins, even in that cool-ass black and red uniform, dude, wearing 18, and, like, even though they're not going to be all that great as I think most people make them to be, I'm going to sit there and say, hell yeah.
I thought you were going to say him in the plaid shirt and khakis.
Well, that too, hell yeah, dude. We're going to see a lot of that because, hey,
they got a lot of Coles.
Atlanta is the Coles,
the Mecca?
Atlanta is the Mecca of Coles. Hell
Holy
yeah.
Shit.
Hell yeah, Kirk Cousins. I like that. Next up. Pretty good. Not great though, because there's a gap between good and great. And I feel like we tend to mix those all the time. We call a lot of players great when they're actually not great, but they're pretty good. And this is this tier.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence. Getting paid like he's great. He's not great, but he's still pretty good. He can make things happen for you. Tua Tagovailoa. He's pretty good. Listen, this is a pro Tua show. I love Tua. I love everything he's about. But as a Tua fan, I could say that he's not great.
He's not great. And that's okay.
We will see if he will be. I mean, obviously, you should be pretty good if you got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle on your side.
Oh, yeah.
Fastest offense in the league. You should be pretty good. Some would say you should even be great. But we've seen when the time matters, he is not great.
No.
But he's still pretty good. Justin Herbert.
Ooh.
He's pretty good. But we've seen when the moments matter, he's not great. And listen, he's talent-wise probably one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league. But again, you got to win games, brother. And when he has to go win those games, he's pretty good, but he's not great.
This is why this is your list. I'm not going to say nothing.
See what I'm saying? Then the last quarterback on this tier, Baker Mayfield.
No.
He's pretty good. Finish the sentence. But
he's not great.
Obviously, he's shown that he's a proven commodity in this league. First overall pick. Probably shouldn't have been the first overall pick that draft, but nonetheless, he's first overall pick. Was sort of done wrong in Cleveland. Everything went downhill from there. Had a little resurgence in Los Angeles with the Rams.
There you go.
After that terrible showing in Carolina, which a lot of people forget about, rightfully so. Finds a home in Tampa. He's thriving. And in those moments, he's pretty good, but I have never seen him be great. But I'm glad he found his home in Tampa. He's a proven guy in this league. Not great, though. Then we got the Rooks. Obviously, like you mentioned, haven't seen nothing of them, at least in the NFL. Could make an immediate impact for their teams this season.
Right.
But going into the season, they have not played one snap of NFL football. And a lot of them are probably going to look like absolute shit this preseason. Because there's going to be a good chunk of them playing backups and everything. So let's keep that in mind. CJ Stroud last year, prime example. Boom. Rooks, obviously. Caleb, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix, and Bo Nix. The Rooks.
The Rooks.
4 more tiers to go. This next one. Still kicking. Joe Flacco.
Oh, you put him in there.
He's still kicking.
Still kicking.
Gotta respect Joe Flacco.
Okay.
I'm calling this next one, Last Chance U.
Oh, no.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, this year is their last chance to prove us, to show us something.
I like it.
That they need to, that they got to earn their way to stay a starter in this league. Last Chance U. Russell Wilson. Yeah. Obviously, we see the deal that he got with the Steelers, veteran minimum. Third team. A lot has been shaken up since his days in Seattle. This is his last run at it. Last chance you. Plain and simple.
Easy.
Next up, Geno Smith.
Ooh.
Listen, I know they wrote you off and you didn't write back. But maybe they didn't. Maybe it's time to write back.
Maybe just think about it.
Because now there's a lot of pressure on them now. They got a young quarterback in Sam Howell right behind him, ready to go. Because if you ask me, Sam Howell not a bad quarterback. He's just a little trigger happy in some of his decision making. Other than that, could be a good quarterback in this league.
Just fine tune it.
He'll
be all right.
Geno Smith had his moments in Seattle. I know it's a tough division.
Your time,
but it's a what have you done for me lately league, and I meant to say that to Sal earlier on in terms of Tyler Bass.
Yes.
But Geno Smith, last chance you. This is it, brother. Shows you deserve to be starter in Seattle. Last quarterback on this tier. You ready for this one? I wish Donnie was here. Kyler Murray, last chance you.
Really?
What more do you need? What more do you need to see, bro?
A team around him.
He had a team around him. What happened? They shit the bed.
That's also coaching.
It's all around play, bro. A lot of the blame gets on the quarterback. I understand that. It's a team game. Last chance you. Now you hey, listen, if the Cardinals offense is so good, right? We're all raving that the offense is starting to come together and team's starting to come together. He's finally got I don't even care if he hasn't played an NFL snap yet. Marvin Harrison Jr. is a fucking bona fide stud, bro.
Yeah.
If he can't do nothing with him, Trey McBride is good. They got a pretty good backfield in James Conner and Trey Benson. Shaky offensive line, I get it. But if he is that guy that like everyone is saying, fucking go out there and do it, bro. Last chance you. If you don't do it this year, when are you going to do it?
I get it.
When are you going to do it? We're still living off his 2019 rookie season. What has he done since then? What is he good for? Absolutely nothing. Listen, when I hear former players and former teammates of his pretty much say that he's not fully invested in the team, that's all I need to hear, bro. I don't care what any of these other analysts say. Like, don't get me wrong. He's a talented guy, athletic freak. I get that. But when it comes to the football aspect of it, I obviously, in my opinion, don't fucking mean shit because I never played or nothing. But as a fan over the years and hearing what the professionals have to say, he's not fully invested in the game, bro. He's in it for the money.
And that's why he's not top 10.
And that's why he's on last chance for you. That's all I'm going to say.
Boom.
That's all I'm going to say, bro. If you got the weapons to go do it now, then go do it. Down to the last two. Cooked. Absolutely cooked. They're fucking just should be bottom tier, but I got one more tier after this.
Okay.
Probably should have switched them over, to be honest, because these guys are absolutely cooked. I don't care. Whatever. They're done.
They're done.
You can't convince me otherwise. First on the list, Daniel Jones. I'm sorry. He's cooked.
Tell by his eyes.
It's just afraid of life.
Oh my God.
I know most of it is not his fault. Offensive line has been absolute doo-doo. Whether you Giants fans out there say that you guys have replenished the offensive line, you're not building a team, bro. You're collecting talent, as Michael Lombardi says.
Boom.
The Hard Knocks shown it all.
Yeah.
They picked up an offensive lineman because he played the whole season. That's why they signed him. Cool, you can stay healthy, but are you any good? They don't know. They just see he played the whole season. He's good.
I get it.
And they signed a tackle who plays the same position as Evan Neal. Evan Neal has been absolute crop. They still have hope for him. But they're not even putting that tackle at his position because they want Evan Neal to start. So this guy's coming in playing a position he's never even played before. Collecting talent.
Great.
Hit the road, Saquon. See ya. We're going to get Devin Singletary.
Let's go.
Fuck our number one option in the offense. We got all the trust in Daniel Jones, but we don't. We're going to still find out if he's a guy. We're still paying him $40 million, though. Cooked. He's cooked. Mainly not because of him. It's the team. It's the organization. He's cooked. Next up, Derek Carr. Cooked. He's done. You've seen it last year. The moments he just can't get along with his teammates, pointing fingers and everything, and he got no right to be waving that finger, brother.
Derek Carr of old is gone.
He's gone. See you. Cooked. Enjoy 8-9 or 9-8, brother.
That's the life right there.
That's a Derek Carr lifestyle.
Sadly.
And lastly, in this tier, Deshaun Watson. Cooked. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this bag, and y'all be easy." I
can't get a massage.
Said,
All right.
Said my shoulder kind of hurt. I'm not allowed to get no massages anymore.
I'm gonna sit this game out.
Cooked. Even when he did play for the Browns,
He's just not the same.
we've seen it with Le'Veon Bell. You take a year off football, there's barely good luck to you. No coming back. When you take 2 years off, at the most important position in the game,
Cooked.
good luck to you. You're not just going to come back like that. Maybe he turns the ship around this year. But to me, he's
I
cooked.
doubt it. Yeah, I doubt
You seen how far they got last year. Who needs them?
it. Ooh.
Last year, we'll see. It's like, seen good enough. I mean, I haven't seen enough.
I see why you'd switch it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm not counting them out. They're not cooked, but they're also not like good enough yet. We'll see. Bryce Young, obviously.
Yeah.
Will Levis.
Yeah.
Sam Howell.
Yep.
Aiden O'Connell.
Ah,
And I was borderline here. Justin Fields
with him being where?
in Pittsburgh. Last chance you for Russ, right?
Yeah.
If he doesn't follow through, Justin Fields is there.
We'll see.
He's got the offensive coordinator now that everyone wanted him to be paired with, and Artie Smith. Got actually some great coaching around him, some decent talent.
Finally.
We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my 2024 quarterback tier list.
Nice.
I can't wait to see Donnie's.
Me neither. I know he's gonna light this place up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of lighting places up,
What do you mean by that?
Brandon Aiyuk is still lighting the 49ers organization up because last week, literally the day after our show, he officially requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers.
He said, "Oh shit, Tank talked about me. I'm out."
So
I'm
they're
out.
off. He said,
I'm out.
"Shit, this is a good time to announce this. You know, we'll give him something to talk about next week."
Right.
So with that being said, Brother Bren, there's been speculation on, yes, he will be traded, absolutely not, and also in the middle where, okay, like, yeah, Niners are going to pay him, but they're going to trade Deebo Samuel. What do you think is going to happen with this Brandon Aiyuk situation? We got training camp around the corner, new CBA rules, so if he sits out of training camp, he's got to pay the fines. They could, just like Chris Jones last year, they could renegotiate the contract to where he makes enough incentives to cover the fines. What do you think is going to happen with this Brandon Aiyuk situation, man?
I think kind of similar to T. Higgins. They'll agree on something for the season. See how far they get because they both want to win a Super Bowl. Have that in mind, and then come back to I still need to get paid because that's why they got Ricky just in case he wasn't going to be on the team. But I think the 49ers' best interest is to have him on the team to try to get that Super Bowl.
I agree with you. So traded or no?
No.
And I'm right there with you.
They'll agree on something. I don't know what. Probably like you said,
Well,
they'll throw it to cover the whatever fines and then pitch him a few more.
Here's the thing, though. They don't have to do jack shit, the Niners.
They don't.
He is still under contract with them for this last season. They could also throw the franchise tag on him. Not just this year, as long as they want.
Damn.
Whether he gets paid by the Niners is up in the air. I'm not 100% sure, but I can tell you for a fact, they are fully in control of this.
Oh, of course.
Okay, you don't want to come. I mean, that's on you. Pay the fines. If they didn't have the team to go make a Super Bowl run, I could lean to the side of like, okay, they're gonna end up trading him. You're not happy. I just don't see it happening. And I know I did the similar thing with Stephon Diggs a couple months ago, and he ended up getting traded that week. But to me,
if you go 2 for
it's
2,
a different
I'm
situation.
never talking to you about someone getting traded ever again.
What'd you say?
I said, if you go 2 for 2, I'm never talking to you about someone getting traded ever again.
I mean, I can't even be mad at that, to be honest.
As a receiver.
But it's just like in this situation, they literally, the Bills were just fed up.
Yeah. Same shit every year. Yeah.
They were just fed up. And the play didn't even match what he was talking.
No.
Like in this case, okay, Brandon Aiyuk he's a pivotal part of this team.
And he's still on his rookie contract.
He's on his 5th-year option.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he just wants to get paid. That's fine.
And he will.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's with the Niners, but he's acting like he's got full leverage here. You're going to trade me here, this and that. They don't have to do shit, bro. If anything, like I said, if they weren't like a Super Bowl caliber team, which they have to pay Brock Purdy next year, so we're going to see how they play that out.
That's probably what they're waiting on, to be honest.
But they're going to, like, you're not getting paid $35 million.
Probably not.
You're not in that Justin Jefferson range. You're literally just above the Mike Pittman range, maybe even Jalen Waddle, if that.
And what did they get paid? 25.
Well, Michael Pittman, the Coles got lucky with him because he signed his right before the market went crazy.
Yeah.
So he's like 20, 24, 25. Waddle's like 28. So
because that's what I was shooting, probably 27, 28.
I just don't see them. I don't see a way they trade him. I just don't see it.
No.
And it's like there are people saying like, okay, well, we want to keep our outside guy in Aiyuk. There's no reason to keep Debo. We're going to trade Debo. Why are you trading your best like offensive weapons when you're going like you got a shot at the Super Bowl?
Also, as we said, the key core guy,
Debo Samuel.
Yeah.
You've seen it in the receiver series too.
Yeah.
They play different when he's not out there.
And you see that. Him or Trent Williams?
Yeah.
Every time they're not on the field, the energy is just different.
That's why I think this is going to be their last. This could be their last year with this whole squad together, especially on the rookie contract situation. But I just don't see it happening, bro. Like I got nothing for you, and like it's different with the T. Higgins situation because like he's franchise tag and all that.
Yeah.
But like Aiyuk is under contract. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if anything, I see him playing this year. If you don't show up to training camp, eat these fines. And if you're that sick of us, I don't even care if we get nothing for you. We drafted Ricky Pearsall. We'll see about that. Obviously, I don't know if he's a Brandon Aiyuk type of player yet or whatever, but nonetheless, drafting first round wide receiver, yeah, you're probably going to get some use out of him. Yeah, dude, we're just going to let you walk. And if you think you like you deserve that money and you think you're valued at that, we'll see what the market says about you. It's going to be one of those things.
Yeah.
Although it would be crazy if he gets traded to the Commanders with Jaden Daniels.
Him and Terry McLaurin.
There's been like
tough.
There's been like hypothetical trades though. One I did see the Commanders sent Terry McLaurin to the Niners, which that would be disgusting. And I seen another one.
Don't do that.
To transition to our next topic here, not on the list, but just came to mind. I seen a hypothetical trade where the Raiders send Devontae Adams to the Niners.
No.
And get Brandon Aiyuk because Brandon Aiyuk has ties with Antonio Pierce back at Arizona State as well.
That would be nuts.
Because realistically, I mean, with the contract, this is like we're getting close to Devontae Adams being at an affordable price. From what I heard.
You've been hearing them things?
I've been seeing them, man. That'd be disgusting.
That would be.
But there was also talks of potentially Devontae Adams getting traded to the Jets. I don't see that happening. Another money situation.
That's been.
They're still dealing with Hassan Reddick, who still hasn't got paid yet.
Yeah, they are. Oh yeah. So that Devontae Adams to the Jets has been a thing since Aaron Rodgers got there.
100%. I think it just elevated now because like the receiver series, Devontae Adams was just like, dude,
fed up.
I've never been fucking hit like this in my life. I'm about to die out here.
Yeah.
Shots at Jimmy G. And
no strays.
Literally, I guess in a recent interview, Aaron Rodgers at the whatever celebrity golf tournament it is in Tahoe, he was asked about him. He's like, yeah, we'll be reunited at some point. And you know him. He's got his fucking words with me. He probably was just saying like, oh, yeah, we're going to reunite, like go hang out or something.
Oh, yeah.
He knows what he's fucking doing. And so Devontae Adams asked about it, and his agent was just like, yeah, there's no trade talks right now. He's like, he's happy in Vegas with Antonio Pierce and all them.
Is he?
I don't know. I mean, we'll find out soon, but I just don't think. I'm one of those guys where it's like, I'm not really going to believe it till I see it. Especially in these situations where, like, some of these players literally don't have any leverage in the situation.
Yep, a lot of talk.
And it's off season, so we're going to be talking about a lot.
Yeah, a lot of bullshit coming out. Especially when there's opposite sides. Yeah.
So it's like,
gotta wait and see.
I don't see either one of them getting traded.
There's no way.
Do I see Brandon Aiyuk re-signing with the 49ers after the season? I'm leaning towards no.
I don't know.
Could that open things up for the Bills, maybe?
No.
They're going to have money.
Will we?
A lot of money, actually.
Oh, then I'll take them.
Here you go. Easy as that.
If we got money, what are we doing?
Then go over to Jordan Love, who Devontae Adams he was also on record saying, like, damn, to be honest with you, I didn't think he was going to be that good.
Damn.
And Jordan Love is that good, and he's due for he wants a new contract with the Green Bay Packers, and allegedly he is sitting out of training camp until he gets paid. Now, I think that's a situation, especially with an agent like Mulugeta. Yeah, he's going to get paid.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to get that done before training camp this week. 100%. I mean, I feel like the news could be breaking any minute now.
That guy's a worker, man. He's like, yeah, just sit out. Let me talk.
Let me take care of this. And Jordan Love is I know we're talking like Brandon Aiyuk is a pivotal piece of that offense, but not as pivotal as Jordan Love is
the quarterback
to the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
So I do see that deal happening. I don't know what that money's going to look like. With the way the market is now, it's probably going to be up there.
Yeah.
And that's the guy you definitely want to build around if you're the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Like we said earlier, it's flashes of your past guys. Yeah. I think they would want you to pay him.
Yeah. So, another NFL news, though, before we head out of here. Shaq Barrett surprisingly retires from the NFL after signing with the Miami Dolphins. What the fuck is going on? Because allegedly he's just saying, I just want to spend more time with my kids. So, okay, you just came to that realization just now rather than like
after we had to pay you.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, if that's what he wants to do, you can't really be mad at that. Is that as worse as Miles Jack last year? Just signing off of being a free agent, just like, you know what?
I want to be a plumber.
Yeah, just like, I'm not doing this.
I want to be a plumber. I was definitely caught off guard because obviously with the huge losses the Miami Dolphins had on the defensive side, Christian Wilkins.
They're like, oh yeah, you'll help.
Yeah, Jerome Baker, Van Ginkel. Jalen Phillips not even able to come back till like middle of the season. ACL, I believe, or something. Maybe Achilles too. I can't remember. But I was like, okay, maybe they made up for some of their losses, not all of them, but they signed some decent guys. And he was like number one on my list of guys who was just like, okay, maybe they're doing something.
Yeah, he was up there. Not no
more.
Gone. Not no more, man.
So I just don't know if he could be telling the truth. For all I know, he maybe just wants to get away from football, spend time with his kids. After like somebody's, because that does happen to like veterans or whatever, they go through like the mini camp. Vontae Davis.
Oh yeah,
really got up.
Classic. Some
are saying Joe Biden pulled a Vontae Davis. Some are just saying that.
I'm in the middle of it. I'm done,
bro. Speaking of which, do you know about this Nick Castellanos like voodoo going on?
No, I just been seeing memes. I don't know what it's actually.
So
about.
They told me this at work. Literally around the time when I first got hired, like a month ago, they said that this is a real thing. Anytime something bad happens in the news or anything, and it's announced, this dude hits a home run.
Okay, yeah, I did see that.
Like anything.
Yeah.
And so like think of any like Maranto, if you could think of like any like major like headlining news that's been tragic, like celebrities dying or just like
like last week when
anything.
Yeah.
Anytime that is announced during the baseball season, Nick Castellanos, right, hits a home run. And it never fails. So this weekend, when it was announced that Joe Biden withdrawn from the president, there's not a we don't talk politics, but this is in relation to sports news. When they announced that Joe Biden has withdrawn from the presidential race, gone, see you.
All right. So, question: how often does this guy hit a home run?
Whenever something bad happens.
Does
So-
he hit a home run
There you
and
go.
nothing bad happens?
No, he only does.
He
it
only hits home runs when
So
the world's a tragedy.
yeah. So
I
let me
mean,
ask-
I just googled Nick Castellanos, New York Post. Nick Castellanos right on time with home run after Joe Biden drops out.
so let me ask you something. Is he a man of the people? Try to give them something to distract them.
That's what I was
And
thinking
Why
originally.
isn't he a man of the people when on regular day and help his team out?
He don't care about the team. He cares about America.
Right.
Okay.
So you know what?
When the people are
there's
down.
bad shit going on. I'm gonna just here's a bomb for you.
There's another one of those things like where I forget what it is. There's a while back where there was like when there was never something would happen, then this thing would happen. And I can't remember what it was. And that was one of those things that it was a sports related thing too, but it wasn't this one. It was something different. So what are some of the things that this guy's can you name a couple besides the Joe Biden one?
I can't remember anything that they've told me recently, but they've told me for the past month, like anything, like it could be like anything like minor, just like news that we like see and forget about, like tragic news or anything.
Right.
Did he hit a home run when Trump got shot?
Yep, that
Classic.
was one
Okay.
of them last week. Attempted assassination. Nick says, all right.
So the good news is when this guy
assassinate this ball.
retires, nothing bad will ever happen ever again.
Who I'm hoping. I mean,
Unless
he's got
somebody
four,
else
he's
picks
got
up the mantle there.
It's been quite a year. He's got 14 home runs.
A lot of bad things have happened.
lot of
It has
things
bad
have
news for 14 people and or organizations
Or countries or cities.
or countries.
So any
That's
so
crazy.
just keep note, because I didn't really believe it until like this weekend
Dude,
said it
is
for me.
if something bad happens, you have to immediately jump on a betting site and
Oh.
bet a shitload of money
Yes.
on this guy's hitting a home run.
Yes.
I wonder if anybody
Okay.
did that.
Oh, they're raking, dude.
Had to.
They're raking it in.
Vegas never loses. Never a bad day in Vegas for Vegas.
Until it is.
Nick Castellanos, bro. It's unbelievable.
Hell yeah. That's a guy.
I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, Shaq Barrett.
Oh, Big Shaq.
Don't know how we went off on that tangent, but yeah, it kind of surprised me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So
That's all right.
Miami Dolphins defense might be cooked, other than the secondary, to be honest.
They got chopped. They're all right. I'm a big fan, if you couldn't tell.
I see that.
I'm torn. Very torn. Big fan.
Unbelievable.
It sucks. But fuck them. Go Bills, you know what I'm saying?
On that note, just want to make sure everybody knows what's going on here. So
Don't
Right.
retire on us, please.
right now, we are at 813 subscribers.
Boom.
Roughly 13 more than we had last week. So we're really keeping this ball rolling here. So with that being said, we are getting extremely close. 2 weeks closer
Too close.
to the preseason. So we got to make this happen in a couple weeks. So that being said, the 1K giveaway, win 2 tickets to an NFL preseason game of your choice. All you got to do is subscribe to us here on the Tank Talk Podcast YouTube channel. Comment your favorite team for a chance to win. It could either be on this video, any sort of content that we got on our social channels at Tank Talk _pod, or on our YouTube channel here. Just comment your favorite team and we'll see it. I'll see it for sure.
Come on.
Winner will be announced when we reach 1,000 subscribers. So we got to make that happen quick. So be a friend, tell a friend. You know, enter the 1K giveaway. Win a chance to go see. Oh my bad. Your favorite NFL team this preseason. Because I know the ticket prices for the regular season. A lot of games are outrageous. So with the help of our friends over at SeatGeek, we can make this happen. We got 2 tickets with your name on it to go catch an NFL preseason game. Could be any team, man. We got
Any
you
team.
covered. Winner will be announced when we hit 1,000 subscribers.
Come on.
Easy
Go
to
like this. Push that subscribe button.
2 tickets could be yours.
Easy.
Plain and simple. Dude, I'm tired.
Tired.
Dude, I like at Anthony's tournament this weekend. You can see I don't know if you can really see it on. Yeah, a little bit. I'm cooked.
Just the outside of your arms. You should have.
That's good. I'm sitting on a chair like this.
You should have pretended you were extra jocked, and just.
I had the tank top on, so it was literally all the way. But
Oh yeah, I could
nothing
tell
on
by
my
your,
face other than my nose.
I was about to say I could tell by your nose. Yeah.
I should have done that typical, like you see commercials for sun lotion, you just put it on your nose.
That's what you should have done. Honestly,
Probably should.
that's all you really needed.
Like Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Excuse me.
Man, greatest movie, one of the greatest movies of all time, man. You've not seen.
Oh, I don't even know what you said. Hold on, no, I don't even know what you said. Relax.
I had nothing to rant about. Now I got something to rant about.
I don't even know what you said. It's so fast.
I think you haven't.
Get the F off my lawn.
Now you blew it. You blew it.
Because I don't know what he said.
You've
either.
not watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
All right, no, I haven't.
Okay, at least we heard you that
You need
time.
to watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
At least I understood what you said.
Educate yourselves, man. Educate yourselves. Let's go. Great 80s movie.
Just
Great
typical-
score. Macaulay.
You know who you're talking to, but just sports dudes through and through. That's all I watched.
Forrest Whitaker plays a football player in it. It's great. There's some football in it.
Well, there's some
Okay,
football
maybe-
in it.
There's
Maybe
some
I'll
football
watch.
stuff.
Maybe I'll watch
High
it.
school football, but check it out. Here endeth the lesson.
That rant actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Damn kids today.
Because I swear to you, I didn't understand what you said.
Have you seen the
Was
movie
it-
Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Check it out.
Oh, we're at the end of the show, so I'm
Okay.
allowed to do it. I mean, we're our own bosses here, but I could do this now. Hey, 815 subscribers. As we're speaking, two
There you
more.
go.
Let's go. Nonetheless, let me pull up this comment because we had an interesting comment over the week on our Giants Hard Knocks take. Let me get it pulled up. Hold up. For some reason, it doesn't come up on YouTube.
Shouldn't
Studio.
Hard Knocks have a team that matters? Like, really?
Hold on, we'll get. Hold on, here we go. So this guy, my guess is that it's Joe Shane's burner YouTube.
No.
That's just my guess. So literally, it's a whole paragraph. I'll go through the whole thing right now. Like the fact that people take this time to do this is fucking hilarious to me, and I'm glad I could get it out here because I can't do this on the Dave and Adam stream.
Can't.
Cause I see some ridiculous shit on there sometimes, but shout out to them. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, this guy.
Is a guy.
Let me put y'all podcasters on game. They already franchise with a Z, by the way, not a S. Franchise tagged him last season. Spent millions on him for 1 year. The GM don't want to have to go through the same mess, and he was looking out for Barkley too. Why spend another year here when you don't know if you want to be here? Why the fuck not go test out free agency and let him see how much people will pay him? ... If someone offers him more than he can go, but if not, the Giants said they will happily learn how to fucking type, bro.
Don't you let people like that?
If someone offers him more than he can go, but if not, the Giants said they will happily work something out. ... Nothing stupid at all going on. Y'all are just with the Z, not us. Just first time I've ever seen just spell like that, by the way. Y'all are just broke and never will touch millions with y'all mentality. They doing it how they should instead of trading him off or not paying him the amount he's worth. Idiots.
See, you read that to me, and I also read that when you sent it to me. I still don't get it. I still don't get it.
Remember a few minutes ago, you didn't understand what I said?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. I don't know what he meant.
I don't know.
My response is like back in high school, they taught you punctuation. You missed that month? But I don't understand.
The capitalization was crazy. And the Z instead of the S and just is wild.
So
the way he's spelling, he's definitely a millionaire for sure.
So why was he mad at us?
Dude, I don't even fucking know. It's because
was he mad at you, or is he just mad at the
Dude,
Giants?
I don't know. I think the way what I'm learning about these Giants fans, because we've had a couple of them comment, They're just mad because their team can't build a.
For
Oh.
lashing out at you like it's your fault.
Oh, you mad they bad. Oh.
Like I'm just I'm telling you what I see, bro. And I listen to other like football podcasts that have been in that position. Not saying that I've been in there, but I listen to a lot of people who have actually been there and done that. All of them are saying that these guys are dipshits.
That's it.
Everyone thinks they're dipshit except for the fans. And Donnie.
Donnie is a fan.
He says they're making the playoffs. They got no shot. They got nothing.
All right. I saw a thing that I wanted to compare while you were doing your list, but I said not do it while you're doing your list. I saw a thing where the Chicago Bulls, I'm going to loop back to football. Chicago Bulls don't want to build a good team for a championship. They just want to stay steady to get people in the stands. And I think the Giants are running it the exact same way.
But they're a lot worse than the Bulls.
They're like, yeah, we're just gonna get good players and just be mediocre.
Do you think they just do just enough to get people to go to the games?
Yes.
Because I feel like that was the Bills for many years. That's always been like in hockey, the Toronto Maple Leafs, till just recent years when they finally kind of decided they needed to do that. Because you got people that are just going to get season tickets. They've had them for 50 years and they're not going to give them up, right? I think there is that mentality in a lot of sports. I think you probably got 4 or 5 teams in each league that don't really put the money and the time into it because they just figure they're going to get, they got loyal season ticket holders and they're going to go no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Well, no.
So for the Bulls, yeah, let's get rid of Alex Caruso, who has been playing really well. And let's get a young Josh Giddey. Just 1 for 1.
Just a little giddy.
Didn't even didn't improve nothing. Just let's just trade. So for the Giants, yeah, let's get rid of our best offensive weapon, but let's also get a good defensive help. Brian Burns.
It's going to solve all our problems. We don't even know what defensive schemes we're running. We don't know what our identity is for our team.
We don't even know how he's going to fit with the rest of the players and what he's going to do if he's a linebacker or an edge rusher, but we got him.
We just know he's good.
Yeah, that's it.
And
we got a
Guy
quarterback.
for the poster.
And the GM on the Panthers, yeah, that's my best friend, so we're going to work something.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up.
Let's just be okay and make money.
Like, I know, we're sitting here before training camp, but you can literally, every team starts off 0-0. But there are teams right now you could easily point at and say, yeah, they're going to be hot fucking garbage. And I know a lot of people were doing that with the Texans last year. Even though us here didn't think the Texans were going to be as bad as they actually turned out to be pretty good. We didn't think they're going to be as bad as a lot of people were saying. But
no one thought they were going to be that good.
Right, but it's just like, what do the Giants have other than Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Dexter Lawrence that make you say, yeah,
especially
this team
that
is going to be solid.
Like that's right. Isn't that one of the? I would say that division is one of the toughest divisions in football.
Only because of 2 teams, really.
Well, that's what I mean.
Commanders
They're not competitive with those 2 teams.
No.
Like normally you can have a division like the AFC East, for example. It's competitive. Like teams need to know how to show up. Like even the worst team that comes in 4th in the division quite often will win a couple of their divisional games. They'll sneak a couple
North?
Out. But like I'm not sure the Giants will win any of their division games this year.
Probably not.
They're gonna have a top 3 pick. I'm saying it right now. You could even fucking add that in our notes, bro.
Top 3 pick.
It's not even just a team doing this. It's the fucking fans doing this to me now. You're gonna have a top 3 pick because of you. Not even how bad your team is, because of you. This is Brian Daboll's last season as a Giants head coach, and it's not even going to be his fault.
Last chance you. Brian Daboll.
Joe Shane is still going to be the GM, and they're going to let Brian Daboll leave. And I got a hot take right now. I didn't want to say this when Sal was here because I don't want to put him on. I don't want to put any pressure on him. But I think there's a chance this could be Sean McDermott's last season too.
All right. I don't think it'll be his last season. We'll do this one, and then next year will be the one.
Listen,
I
hear me out. Hold on.
Okay,
I don't mean to interrupt you. Hold on.
No,
Let me say this. Let me say this. If if Brian Daboll is on the market and the Bills they win the division, yes, but they do that they've been doing that for the past 6 years, but still get bounced in the wild card of the divisional. If you're the Bills, if you're Brandon Beane and you see Brian Daboll available and you know what he did with you when he was there,
please,
you got to weigh your options out, bro. I'm just saying.
Please.
Bill Belichick. I'm throwing him in there.
I'm kind of with you on that. I think if they don't get to the AFC Championship game, they could get to the AFC Championship game and lose. And he'd be okay. But anything less than that, I think he's done.
Dunzo.
Speaking of
which, if I was still a betting man, I would probably if you could bet that in Vegas, that's something I would bet.
Cliffhanger for next week. Matt Johnson dropped a blog in relation to I just want to pull up the title just so I get it right. In relation to head coaches. 2024 hot or not, NFL head coaches seat edition.
Okay. I like that.
This is the first of its series. I guess next week or sometime soon he's going to be doing GM as well.
Oh.
But for this blog, we'll be talking about it. We'll dive into it next week. 2024 hot or not, NFL head coaches seat edition. Yeah, I'm going to give you a little teaser. Sean McDermott's seat is hot, according to Matt Johnson. And I agree with him. And I actually agree with almost all of his choices here. I think there's one that I was iffy about, but about 95% of them, I'm with him.
That's a good percentage.
We'll dive back into that next week. It was a hell of an episode today with Sal Capaccio. It lived up to the hype. I know he's awesome. Even when we had him on the Bills, shout out to Bills Holic Pod. Hopefully you guys get your shit together and get back in it. But
Bills.
Even when he was on the Bills Holic Pod, hit it off right away. He said, "Hey, Tank, that's a hell of an accent there, brother." I was like, "Thanks, dude. I'm the only one that sounds like this in my family." He says, "Yeah, you seem like the type of guy to drive a big truck and listen to country." But I said, "Actually, Sal,
complete opposite.
I drive a Toyota Corolla, listen to hip hop. So you're swinging over 2 here, brother." But yeah, no, hell of a dude. I'm glad we finally made it happen today. Shout out to Bills Holic Pod for making that happen, because I'm pretty sure without them, we probably wouldn't have been able to get him on. So shout out them for that. Can't wait to see the Bills training camp this Sunday. I'll have a Scout report on the next episode, man.
Boom. Here we go.
Definitely going to keep an eye out on, what was the defensive end's name that he said? I wrote it on my hand in visible ink. That's why I don't remember. We'll have to check the film and look back.
Solomon?
Was it? We'll go back and check.
Salmon.
Shout out Salmon. We'll go back and check on that. See what the Bills got cooking up for this new kickoff. See what their wide receiver room is looking like, and much, much more. So shout out Sal Capaccio for stopping by. That was awesome. Sal Capaccio. Sal Capaccio. You got any motivation? I mean, Anthony left us hanging this week. I was hyped for him to come on. His picture was even on the marquee. I didn't expect him to not be able to make it today. You got any sort of motivation? Anybody got any sort of motivation this week?
I feel like Aiden should do it. No motivation?
No, he ain't got nothing.
You're right. He's a hater. You got anything hateful to say? Maybe we change it.
I don't know if we want that.
Okay. No. Never mind.
No. We just had our biggest show today. We don't want to have this be the last. Respectful. Dude, I don't want to. I'm having a good time.
Hear me out. The Giants fan that left that comment, he was just using his like speech to text thing on his phone, and then he just went in and changed all the S's to Z's. I'm telling you.
So fuck him is basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. That really motivated me. Thanks.
You know what? Let's.
Lorenzo has something. He's on the screen.
Yeah, here we go.
He's clicking every single button on that video board. What is he? Okay, good. That'll do. All right, make sure you follow us on all of our social platforms at TankTalk_pod on our daily content. We're cooking here. We're getting close to the season. Make sure you be a friend, tell a friend, and subscribe to us here on the Tank Talk Podcast YouTube channel, not the Fish Tank Show. This sports one here. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers before the preseason. Listen, we got 2 tickets with your name on it to any NFL preseason game you want to go to.
Hell yeah.
Breaking news, the weekend of, I believe, let me see. Just want to get this right. August 5th should be the first official date of Punish Playbook. Marty is going to be diving into the numbers, crunching all the numbers, seeing what's going on.
Let's go.
Mixing and matching up the odds, and he's going to be picking our division winners. That will be starting August 5th. We'll be doing the recording that weekend. That'll get to you on that episode that Monday. Next week will be good. We'll be here. Going to try to get some more guests. I like having guests on, man. It's definitely helpful for the brand. Good for us as a show. I'm trying to think. August 12th, we should be good. I'll be here. But then August 19th will be up in the air as Moranto is hosting his dad's Memorial Golf Classic. Figured, get the day, go out golfing if you want to plug in.
It just gets kind of tight with the dinner and everything. Depends on, we might have to start a little bit late.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. Is we're probably not having a show. So
If we could go, but it might have to be.
Yeah, I don't want to rush around. And so you don't want to plug it, do you?
Plus, it's my anniversary, so she probably plug it. So on. Hey, I took my head off. I got a little bit of sinus headache today. No, my dad's golf tournament benefits the Niagara Catholic Academy, Catholic Elementary School in City, Niagara Falls. All the proceeds go to scholarships for kids so they can get that nice Catholic education. Named for my dad because he was a big supporter of the school. And plus the 19th is my anniversary, so I should probably take the night off.
There you go.
Okay. I didn't pick the date. Someone said, "Why did you pick the date for the golf tournament wife's anniversary?" And I'm like, I didn't pick the date. I'm just on the committee. I
got no pull.
So, Miss Morano, sorry about this, but
can I ask you a question too?
Yes, sir.
I know you're on the committee, so you would have an answer. Is there a reason for a Monday?
A lot of tournaments are Mondays nowadays.
I didn't know that.
I think the reason why, from my understanding, is most of the golf courses are willing to give you a little bit better rate on a Monday as opposed to like a Friday.
Okay.
It's tough. I think you struggle sometimes because it's tough for people to get Mondays off from work.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that weekend, that Friday, I'm taking the day off. I'm going to Indianapolis that weekend. Indiana Fever that Friday. Saturday, Colts play the Cardinals preseason game. I'm going there. Driving back 18th, and then golf tournament.
Yep.
So then probably another day off of work to make that.
Well, I'll bring it up in the committee to maybe try another day. I don't think
Tuesday.
No, I don't. I'm not blaming. I'm not.
Not
a Tuesday. I think a Wednesday would be a fun change. Like middle of the week, something to look forward to. Monday's just a tough day, especially if you golf all day and then you still got to work. If you have like a real job, you got to go to work the next 4 days. That's kind of tricky.
Hey, middle of the week, I would assume the rate could be similar to Monday.
I don't know.
Middle of the week,
If it's the one reason I think that's a nice course, one reason I like the tournament specifically because it's at Niagara Frontier Golf Course down in Youngstown or Wilson, whatever they consider that to be, and that's Porter or whatever they call that. But that's a really, really nice. I think it's one of the best courses in Western New York, especially the back nine. So it's a great course. It's a private club, so the only time I ever get to golf there is when I do a tournament there. So that's there. There you go. There's my plug.
There you go. Boom. We'll probably be getting some content out of that. I know me and Marty will be in for that. We probably got Brett and his buddy Mike from work coming along. If you and Tino want to get on it, totally up to you.
I was about to say we probably will.
Probably make something happen.
Golfing.
Not even 100% sure about Brett and Michael. So, I mean, if you want to hop in with us. But that's just a little look ahead here. I know we're getting very close to the season, so we're going to be gearing up for that. If I had to guess, probably not a show that whole week of the 19th. It's a lot going on, a lot of, shifting around, schedule and all that with work and all that. So that will be full throttle from there on out. Football. Monday the 26th, we're going to have ourselves a day. And then Monday, September 2nd, will be that week of NFL football, dog.
Da-da-da.
Let's go.
Da-da-da.
Real NFL football.
Not the fake one.
It's just going to fly by. These next couple weeks are going to fly by.
They always do.
So with that being said, we are 45 days away. We are 1 week away from our next episode. So we'll see y'all then.